Up next, it is time for the second of our 3 championship matches. The TNA Knockout title on the line. Here's the bullet points of the tail of the tape. It was Thursday on Impact. We witnessed the biggest upset in TNA history. Taylor Wilde defeating the powerful champion Awesome Kong. TNA management Jim Cornette ruled. Kong gets her automatic return match tonight, and we can expect Kong to be prepared. Can you imagine the intensity of the challenger? After 6+ months at the top as champ, Kong's going to do everything in her power to regain the title. Can Taylor prove the upset wasn't a fluke?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match at Victory Road is a TNA Women's Knockout Championship return match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger, accompanied by Raisha Saeed from Japan. She stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighs 272 3/8 pounds. She is Awesome Kong.
Seems strange. Awesome Kong in the role of the challenger after over 6 months on the top of the mountain.
I'm going to tell you something. You know she's just been brewing and thinking about what she's going to do to Taylor Wilde. I hope Taylor Wilde used that $25,000 to buy life insurance, because she's going to need it.
And her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, she is the new TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Taylor Wilde.
We sensed it Thursday night on Impact. I know we talked about it. You see that look on the face of Taylor Wilde. Obviously, there's excitement there. The realization, Don, that she's a part of this TNA roster. The reality that she is the TNA Knockout Champion, but at the same time, there has to be some nervousness as we see Kong attack from behind, even before the opening bell.
I was just watching the body language of Awesome Kong, and you could just see she couldn't wait for Taylor Wilde to get in that ring. And as soon as Taylor Wilde lifted that belt, that Knockout Championship belt, that was all Kong needed to attack her. And oh, there's that brute strength. And let me tell you something, she caught her by surprise. We know that too. It was a great story. Taylor Wilde, I mean, it was underdog of underdogs. You call it the biggest upset in TNA history.
It had to be.
It has to be. And you know, she's got more confidence knowing she's done it once. But let's just face it, Awesome Kong has had time to think about what happened. Raisha Saeed's had time to drill into her what happened and how she's going to stop it. And I'm telling you, Taylor Wilde, in my opinion, is in severe trouble. She's going to have to somehow find a way again to take advantage of an opportunity when it comes, and she can't hesitate. She's got to take it right then.
Look at these shots, open hand, usually leading to the spinning back fist. Oh my, what a chop to the chest. Yes, so the TNA Knockout champ, Taylor Wilde, who went down. We have to think about a game plan and a strategy here for Taylor Wilde. Try and stay out of a position like this. Don't allow Awesome Kong to use the near 300 pounds in her favor and put that kind of weight right across the head, right across the neck as she had her positioned on the rope. Brings her back out to the middle of the ring and just tosses her down. Now takes the foot. Look at that position right across her windpipe, right across the throat.
And she's using very little effort right now. She's not exerting much energy. We saw her use that leg wrapped around the ropes there on the neck of Taylor Wilde. We saw her stomp that foot into her neck. Scoop, slams her. She's just like methodical in what she's planning here. Just looking it over, toying with her like a cat does with a ball of yarn. And you can see the fear in Taylor Wilde's face. It's almost like, hey, guess what? School's over. Incredible story, but now it's for real, and you're going to have to, again, show us that determination that you showed us. That's one thing about Taylor Wilde. I mean, one thing we respected was the fact that she never gives up no matter what.
And that's what we're seeing right here. As you see Kong, not only with the chin lock, but at the same time, imagine all of that weight right across your back. She's trying to snap her back and snap her neck at the same time. No give up at all for Taylor Wilde.
Man, she's just pulling back on that neck with such force. You can see the determination. Raisha Saeed, though, great shot of her just looking on. I mean, those eyes, they speak so much.
And then right back to the submission again. Saeed obviously happy with the way things are going here for the challenger. Her charge, Awesome Kong, and Taylor Wilde just will not give up.
But think about what she's doing to Taylor Wilde here. She is just
she's wearing her down.
taking the air out of her, wearing her down, and just trying to make her physically unable to come back. But look at Taylor. She gets her hands in the hair. Oh, but Kong just shakes the
hair as a weapon to fire her off into the corner. Time running out. Go to TNAWrestling.com. Vote for the stipulation in the six-man war. Is it going to be Falls Count Anywhere tables or Full Metal Mayhem? I thought she was going to go for the Awesome Bomb right there, but Taylor avoids it. Comes back with a drop kick. Go to TNAWrestling.com right now to vote for tonight's stipulation.
Taylor Wilde's done something that no other knockout has ever done anytime she's been in that ring with Awesome Kong. She's avoided that Awesome Bomb. Beautiful drop kick, but look at Kong. She just rolled right up, and that look on her face told it all, and she just decapitated Taylor Wilde.
Remember one of those bullet points, Don, from the tail of the tape. Is this dream going to turn into a nightmare for Taylor Wilde? Wait a minute. Taylor back up while Kong was up there on that middle rope. Taylor Wilde trying to mount an offense here, doing pretty well.
I mean, she is just gutsy. Look at this. I mean, takes the arm and drags her off of the top. Here it is. 2. Oh, not enough. There's Awesome Kong. But you know what? When you count her out, this girl shows you something that is just unbelievable. She's got more heart than most people will ever have in their entire lives.
Kong back up. Here comes the setup to the spinning back fist, but she missed that time.
1,
Roll up
2,
and no.
Again, trying to catch her. Almost just quit doubting her at a point. Look at this, though. Implant
buster. No. Countered, reversed. Choke slam instead. Go through. Here's the roll up by Taylor Wilde. She's got an answer for everything. You're kidding me.
Here's your winner and still TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Taylor Wilde.
Oh my God, she did it again. She did the unthinkable a second time.
Now you talk about an opportunist. You talk about somebody that takes advantage. That is the second time she used the weight of Awesome Kong to her advantage. This is one of those situations where Awesome Kong can't figure it out. She cannot understand why she can't crush this girl like she has everybody else.
Did you see that? Raisha Saeed just charged at her full speed, full strength, and knocked her down to the concrete and tosses her head first into the steel rail.
You can just hear now. I mean, this is about embarrassment. They've been embarrassed twice. And Raisha, the thing about Raisha Saeed got beat by her too. This is now a point of, okay, they're going to make sure she pays physically, and look at the stomping as she featured Awesome Kong in those wicked boots. And now the double team from both of them, they're just stomping her.
But you had to know, Don, that because Kong was embarrassed, she wasn't going to allow Taylor Wilde another night in the spotlight. Here we go, implant buster. Oh.
She hits it that time and just puts her right on her chest and her face, and she can't get that championship back. Think about it, she got a rematch. Taylor Wilde still the champion.
Amazing. Oh, she's going to get payback instead, isn't she?
No, I don't know what Taylor Wilde will ever have left after this. If you can just hear the crowd booing, they just love how this girl has just shown up. And look at this again. Wait a minute, what's Raisha Saeed doing? She's saying, wait.
Let me go out, let me pick up a steel chair and trying to take that steel chair and slide it in to use it as a weapon here against Taylor Wilde. She wants her to Awesome Bomb her on the chair. Remember, Saeed's the one who got beat to set up this match. She wants a part of this paper.
She wants to end her career. Wait a minute. Again, in these situations, when somebody needs help, the least likely person comes out, and that's the Monster Abyss.
We're starting to see a pattern develop. You're right, 6'8", 350 of the Monster Abyss, striding, walking with purpose to the ring to stop this beating of Taylor Wilde.
Somebody that had a chance to try to figure out what his life was about at the asylum. And look at Kong, showing no fear, just staring him straight up and down as Abyss coming out here to stop the bludgeoning. And you can see Raisha Saeed coming in between. She does not want the Monster Abyss to get that hand around that throat.
Oh, Abyss threatening to choke slam Awesome Kong. You're right, Saeed stepping in between the two. and she